Hello, welcome back. This session we will see the CSMA protocols, Carrier Sense Multiple Access Protocols. So in the previous session we have seen Aloha systems, right? There was no carrier sense. That is, a carrier means some data over the channel. Okay, so if a station want to send some data, it will simply send the data without checking whether the channel is already busy with some other's data, right? So the chance of collisions is more in case of Aloha system, and the number of collisions could have been avoided to a great extent if there is some provision to check the channel before sending the data, right? So such protocols in which some methods for carrier senses there, those are called carrier sense multiple access protocols. So in these protocols, station listen for a carrier and act accordingly. That is, if a station want to send some data, it will first listen to the channel whether there is already some carrier from some other station. If so, it will wait. Okay. So we can see different protocols using this method. First one is one persistent CSMA. So in case of one persistent CSMA, if a station wants to send some data frame, it will first listen to the channel. And if the channel is busy, it will continuously sense the channel and waits until it becomes idle. And as and when the channel becomes idle, it starts transmitting the data with a probability 1. That is why it is called one persistent CSMA. So whenever the channel is idle, it will send the data immediately. Okay. So definitely there can be collisions. If two different stations try to send the data simultaneously, right, at the same moment, there can be a collisions. So what are the different reasons for collision here? First one is the effect of propagation delay. Okay, just for example, let us take this example. And suppose this is node 1 and this end system is node 2. Okay. Suppose the node 1 starts transmitting since the channel is idle now. Okay. Immediately after that, node 2 also want to send some data. It senses the channel. And if the propagation delay is long, this data from this node 1 is not yet reached node 2. So what it feels is the channel is still idle. So it will send the data, right? So there is a collision. And even if the corresponding propagation delay is 0, there can be collisions. Just for example, suppose these two stations want to send some data and it finds that the channel is busy now. So both of them will continuously sense the channel, right? Will wait until the channel become idle by continuously checking whether it's free or not. As and when both of them find this channel free, both of them try to send the data simultaneously, right? Again, there can be collision. So different chances are there for a collision in case of one persistent CSMA. This one persistent CSMA is definitely better than pure Aloha because of this carrier sense capacity, right? But it would have been better if the two stations were more patient, right? In this case, if two stations find the channel as busy, they will continuously sense the channel, right? And as and when the channel become idle, both of them will try to send the data. That will create a collision. Instead, if both of them try to send the data at different times, the number of collisions will be less, right? So we can see such a variant of this protocol that is called non-persistent CSMA. So this non-persistent CSMA is less greedy than this one persistent and hence better channel utilization will be there. But longer will be the delays. We will see how this happens. So when the station is ready to send a frame, it senses the channel, and if the channel is busy, it waits for a random amount of time rather than continuously sensing the channel. So different stations will definitely wait for different amount of time, right? Because the time is chosen random. So of course this is less greedy than one persistent CSMA, right? Because it waits for a random amount of time instead of continuously sensing the channel and try to send immediately. And if the channel is idle, no problem, it will send the data immediately. And if there is a collision when sending the data, it will wait for a random amount of time and tries again. So this is how non-persistent CSMA works. So definitely compared to one persistent CSMA, channel utilization will be more. But longer will be the delay. Why? Different stations have to wait some amount of time, right, before sensing the channel again. So that much delay will be there. And now we have another variant of CSMA that is called P-persistent CSMA. The previous two protocols assumed a continuous time. Okay. And the third one, P persistent CSMA assume that time is discrete intervals. Okay, so such slotted channels we can apply this P persistent CSMA. And how it works is it sends the channel first when it have a data frame to send. Then if the corresponding channel is busy, wait for the next slot. Okay, and if the channel is idle, it sends its frame with a probability P and differs it with a probability Q is equal to 1 minus P to the next slot. That is, it is again, the greediness is again reduced, right? It is giving some chance to some other station. Okay, as and when the channels become idle, it won't send its frame. Okay, either it will send the data with a probability P or it will wait for the next slot with a probability 1 minus P. Okay. And this procedure is repeated until it is done. It transfer the data or some other station grab the channel. Okay. And in some other channel grabs it, what happens is treats like it is a collision. Wait for a random amount of time and starts again. Okay, this is what happening. And this is a comparison of different protocols so far we have learned in terms of the throughput in y direction and the number of frames in the x direction. Okay. So this pure aloha and slotted aloha we have seen already, right? Then we have one persistent CSMA here, then non-persistent CSMA here, and P persistent CSMA with three variables 0.5, P equal to 0.5, P equal to 0.1 and P is equal to 0.01. And you can see that the P equal to 0.01 persistent CSMA is the best efficient one, right? You can see that so whenever there is a channel idle, it sends the frame with the probability 0.01 only. Okay, otherwise it differs for the next slot. So such a protocol is more efficient. So the least greedy one is the most efficient one, we have to say. So these are about the carrier sense multiple access protocol. Thank you.